Welcome back, WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and WNST.net. We are live on Radio Row, all of our Super Bowl 53 coverage, brought to you by our friends at LifeBridge Health Sports Medicine Institute, as well as our friends at Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast. I've got some tasty coffee. It is not Kona Blend in the cup right now, but my wife might bring me some really cold Western fries down here this week. Luke and I are here, a returning champion, yeah. Right? Is that a good way to say that? Because yes, you are a champion. Yes, IBF middleweight champ Daniel Jacobs back on with us here on radio. So I saw you. You saw me. I'm like, I know you. You're like, you know me. And I said, there's like a cancer story here. I remember it. So, yeah, because my wife's coming down later on in the week. My wife's beating leukemia twice. She'll be saying hello to you. But bone cancer, man. Yes, whoa. How you feeling, man?
I'm physically, mentally, and all around. I'm in great spirits. I'm very well. Yes,
training 8 days a week, right?
Yes, that's the mentality I need to have because I have one of the biggest fights coming up in my life.
Yeah, let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about the Get in the Ring Foundation's why you're here.
Yes,
but let's talk about life in the modern world of a boxer.
Yes.
Like what is it? Dramatically different than a football or a basketball, like from a training standpoint, getting up in the morning and because they're performing once a week, 3 times a week. You're training for one thing, right?
Yeah. So it's really hard because even though football is a contact sport and boxing is similar, boxing you have guys training to literally hurt you. So that's really the goal, and to mentally fathom that it takes a lot. For me, boxing is mostly mental. Getting over that hurdle and that lap by itself is a battle. So all these champions in the world that you see today, you have to give them very much credit because to step in that ring, it takes a warrior.
May 4th, right?
Yeah.
So my wife wants to run a half marathon later this year, and there's all these formats online. So you want to run a marathon. This is how you train and what days of the week. What does your format look like over the next – because you got about 100 days, right? I mean, that's where you are, about 100 days before this fight with Canelo Alvarez. That's on May 4th. In getting ready, you've done this. This is what you do.
Yes, sir.
What's the ramp-up, 60, 90, 120? Do you have a strategy and an outlook that's a whiteboard in front of you as to how you're going to win this fight?
Well – that's the beautiful thing about boxing because boxing can be won in so many different ways. And Floyd Mayweather said it the best when he said, true champions adjust. So you can actually train for a specific style. You can train for a specific type of fight, but you can wind up getting something totally different.
Well, you know how you want the fight to go.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I would love to go out there and look good, perform good, show my skills, and then get the knockout victory. That's a perfect scenario for me.
What round? Early. You got to go early.
3 is my favorite number.
Good. 3's good. Okay, all right, let's make it short.
Yeah, so, but the goal is to be entertaining regardless to what, and that's what I look forward to doing.
All right. Get in the Ring Foundation, supporting children dealing with cancer and obesity through wellness and leadership programs. Tell me about your cancer bout. I know it's not the easiest thing to talk about, but beginning to end, how many days in the hospital for you and that journey? My wife spent 155 nights in the hospital, and I don't know anything about. But I didn't know anything about leukemia. And every cancer is different. But your journey, I don't think you can be in a hospital for that period of time fighting without seeing kids subjected to this. And then all of a sudden, my wife, who's fighting for her life, is in the corner crying because a kid has the same thing she has.
Very true. It's mentally, it's really, really hard, and physically going through the ordeal, being paralyzed, bone cancer, it paralyzed me, the tumor that I had. So I had to learn how to walk again, let alone deal with the fact.
What year was this?
This was 2011.
11.
Yeah.
Man, here we are. How many years clean are you now? 6, 7?
Yeah.
Wow.
I am cancer-free. My last appointment with the doctor that I had was about 2 years ago. So I've just been floating and thriving and just been living life to the fullest.
Anything that limits you from that journey from 8 years ago? Anything you can't do that you used to be able to do before? We all have that affliction. I'm 50 now, so there's plenty I can't.
Yeah, well, the cancer affected me dramatically, but the doctor said you would never heal properly. You may not even be able to walk right. And that was true to a degree because my left pinky toe is still numb. So throughout that whole ordeal,
you do have something. Your left pinky toe.
Yes,
that's probably not going to affect you. Does Canelo know that? I better let him know that.
Right. I mean, well, for me, it's my daily reminder of how blessed I am to, be here and have these opportunities of second chances.
Talk about the foundation and getting started with that and your involvement in that, because that's why you're here.
Yeah. Well, for me, my boxing was. a career that I wanted to do for me. And going through cancer and, seeing how mentally, physically, and emotionally it affects people, especially children, becoming champion or just becoming in a position where I have a voice and I have the means to make a difference, I've always wanted to give back. And I know cancer affects so many different people. And seeing kids and seeing these families affected by something that I was extremely affected by, it makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing. It makes me feel like my platform is not in vain. My second chance is not in vain. So when I see children, when I see families, and when I see so many different people at these events that we have, and they tell me how inspiring my story is, I know that my life and this second chance is not in vain. So, we're going to try to continue that as much as we can. We're going to use this platform as much as we can and just try to be the people's champion. And then that's it. Muhammad Ali was my hero, but he was my hero.
I met him here 20 years ago. He was in Radio Row when the Super Bowl was here in '99. So I got my picture taken with the greatest.
I've never got a chance.
He wasn't. The Parkinson. He couldn't give me one of these. He couldn't do any of that.
Yeah.
By the way, where's the belt? Can I
the
wear the belt?
Is right there. Yeah,
Bring me the belt. I want to wear the belt, man.
Yes.
This is a unification.
Yes.
A middleweight.
Yes.
This is on
there
May 4th. So here, I want to. Damn,
awesome.
That's heavy.
See that?
My arm, man. Doc, I'm gonna need you, Dr. Bennett. That hurt. That didn't feel too good. This thing weighs like 20 pounds, dude. This is crazy.
So people think boxers.
Can I put it over my shoulder like Dusty
for
Rhodes?
sure. They think that we wear these things all the time, but
it's like that's gonna fix my arm.
Oh yeah, look good on you.
Jacobs Friday night, be there. Is a little wrestling thing? I could do that. I feel like I'm tag team partner. We're coming at you.
Right. Only in boxing you
can't do that.
Yeah, it's real.
Dude, Mayweather's come over here and done all sorts of stuff through the years. I know you guys had some business you took care of.
He's quite the entertainer. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's part of selling tickets. Tell me about the unification part of that, and because the alphabet soup, I think people don't know ABA from WBA from IBA. We're confused by it.
Right, because people don't know truly. The hardcore boxing fans only know that there's several belts in boxing in each weight class. But fans just want to see one champion, and I think that's what the unification represents. When you have all the belts, when you're the number one guy that represents all the belts, then the fans will recognize you as king, and that's the goal.
I feel like superstar Billy Graham, Luke.
You're looking like a stellar champ, I can say that.
Look at the gold, Wiz. Look at the gold.
The belt's bigger than you.
Oh, have you felt it? No, I'm seriously, dude. Feel the belt.
Yeah. It's heavy.
That's
legit.
That's
it's seriously heavy.
Legit.
It's like
no wonder you don't carry it around.
No.
Exactly.
It's a lot. All day
weighs
today,
more than you,
too.
dude.
Yeah,
this weighs more than flyweight. I know that much, man. Dan Jacobs here. The website, I want to get everybody out there, getinthering.org to learn more about your foundation, your incredible story in bone cancer. I can't even pronounce what you had, man.
Yeah, osteosarcoma.
Yeah. Well, let's not pronounce that again, man. Keep up the great work. It's good to see your smile.
That.
Next year, I'm going to wear your watch after you beat Canelo on May 4th. So good luck. May 4th is the fight. Dan Jacobs joining us here on behalf of his foundation, Get in the Ring Foundation. We're live on Radio Row at Super Bowl 53 coverage. I'm not going to be able to take the belt with me. It really is kind of heavy. I'm going to have to get my Stan the Man Stasiak thing out. We're live here in Atlanta. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking Baltimore sports.